Hi everyone, it's Aaron from Want to Great, and in this session, I'm going to take 10 minutes to walk you through an automation we built from Worksuite to ID123 to automate the badge creation for one of our clients, as well as auto archive in ID123. So we're keeping two systems aligned. We're taking out some manual work. Let's start by taking a look at what exactly we did and what the use case and challenges were. So ID123 and Worksuite are the two tools that we use. The challenges that they faced, there's a delay in ID card generation because it was a manual process. Every time a new contractor came on board, they had to log into ID123, add the card details. We're doing copy pasting and typing at least 5 fields in, and then activating it, and then sending a follow-up email explaining what the contractor needed to do to get access to that badge. Obviously, when you're doing that much data entry, you're prone to errors, and just naturally, there were compliance concerns as well of who has access to the badges, who doesn't. And so what we've done is we've streamlined that process for them. What did we do to set this up? Well, obviously, we need a trigger. So we used make.com to build this one, and we used mail hooks. So in Worksuite, we had a stage where an automated email was sent to our mail hook, where we then parse that information out, and we're able to use that information to then create the cards in ID123. Mainly, we use that mail hook method because we didn't have an API endpoint in Worksuite that could trigger within a workflow. And we needed to trigger just at a perfect spot in the workflow, not when it was completed fully. And yeah, so that's kind of what we did. ID123 does have APIs. And in this case, I believe we did use them to create new ones, but we did also have to use mail hooks from ID123 for the reverse, which was badge deactivation. What value did they get? So increased efficiency. So no longer needing to manage like the admin burden for typing these in and keeping them in sync went away. Onboarding was much more efficient. There was not a break in the process. The system, the automation just handled it effectively. It also proactively sent information out to the contractor to let them know what their next steps were in setting up the badge. And just having that compliance assurance is pretty important for them. Let's see the automation in action. So we're going to look at the triggered events, the type of data that we're syncing, how we automated this, and how we're keeping compliant. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the actual make scenario, and let's take a look at this. So you notice we start here with the mail hook. So this is the incoming mail hook that we get from Worksuite. From here, we set the global variables. This is essentially just putting in the client ID and the secret that we're going to be using in the future, just kind of storing some variables. We obviously have to parse the data from the mail hook out, and so we use regex patterns to understand the first name, last name, email, partner type, etc., and make sure that we were able to get that information as clean as possible. And then we needed to find that person within Worksuite, so that we used a get partner by email API call to Worksuite to get that partner's email. This role on the top, this is used for creating a unique string. So in ID123, there needed to be a unique identifier that is auto-created. And so it was 50 characters. It needed to be random. So what we're doing is we're essentially going through and creating a random GUID for this. And once that's completed, we set the variable for this particular individual, and then we get the variable again. We're actually also pulling in their profile picture that they uploaded to Worksuite earlier in the onboarding workflow. So previously, contractors had to upload their picture in Worksuite and in ID123. That is eliminated because we were able to actually grab the image from Worksuite and get that into ID123. So it's pretty wild. We didn't know if we were going to be able to do that, and we actually were able to solve that. So that was a big win for the client. And then we call the API. So we're calling ID123, and then we create the card first. So we create the card, and then we invite the card user. From there, we are using Airtable And what we're doing is we're essentially tracking and storing who has cards and who doesn't. This is for the future. So a subsequent integration that we made was actually checking to see if someone was archived, and if so, we needed to match their unique identifier to ID123 to tell ID123 to deactivate it. So we are using simple Airtable a base to just store some of this information so that we can trigger on it later. We have some other ideas for how we can use that as well for other future scenarios. And then the last one is going back into Worksuite and updating the invitation status. So making a quick change saying, hey, this ID was created, they're in the status of invited, and then storing some of that unique identifiers also within Worksuite. So that is the end-to-end on getting a talent or a contractor field tech that has been onboarded and putting them into ID123 automatically. If this resonated with you, if you use Worksuite or ID123, definitely reach out. We have some pretty innovative custom solutions. Over 30 years of combined experience, we're able to really tailor these integrations to what the customer needs and go above and beyond in pretty much every automation we build, just with creative, artistic integration expressions, if you will. So, would love to reach out. Happy to help streamline operations, save some time, make sure you're compliant. You can go to wondergrate.com to find out more. Thanks, everyone.